Welcome back everyone to Skincare and Beauty with PerkiPerkins, where I do a lot of unboxings, skincare and makeup tutorials, and then I also do product reviews along the way. Today I'm very excited because I'm doing a collaboration with none other than with Hey Amanda here on YouTube. We had been talking back and forth the last couple weeks after our last collab, which was a group collab, and we were talking about, hey, how about let's collab again? It was a lot of fun, and we'd been talking about ideas and remembered there was this kind of like a challenge where you would pick a letter, the ABC challenge, where you would pick a letter and you try to find products to do a look with just that begin with that letter. So we thought we were going to make it easy on ourselves, and we chose letter A. Oh Lord, was that difficult. So here are all the items that I was actually able to find that begin with the letter A. For me, I wasn't able to find like foundation, primer. So most of my base complexion items, I was not able to find that, but I was able to find like my contour and blush and things like that. So for the foundation portion, I will not be filming it in this video, but I will film everything else, beginning of course with our eyes. So if that interests you to see what crazy look we come up with beginning with products beginning with the letter A, keep on watching, you guys. All right, so I was not able to find, well, I don't own very many eyeshadow bases or primers, so I'm gonna just use my new trusty and true Gerard's Cosmetics Clean Canvas. And in case you're not aware, I am affiliate to Gerard's Cosmetics. I do have a link down below if you choose to use it. It gives you 30% off your purchase, and right now until the end of the month they are offering mystery boxes where you will get minimum of double, nearly triple the value of the box. So if you want to make a GC purchase, I would love if you could use my link. I would love it. Like, I really would. Let's tie my hair back because we don't need no flyaways. sure it's all pressed in. All right. And I think my look is officially done, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. It was definitely an experiment, I would say, to try to find, and I have so many palettes and I didn't have enough products, I can't believe, to do it like a full face. Like, it was insane. And even for my eyes, I was fairly limited, but I'm glad and I'm happy with the final look that I came up with. Now make sure you guys head on over to Amanda's channel and go show some love and check out what she did, because I don't even know what she created as of yet. So I'm extremely excited to check it out. Thank you all so very much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to hit that subscribe button before you head out, and I hope you guys hit that like as well. Thank you and have a beautiful day.